So welcome to the third installment of How to Ski the Grand Couloir, where I review people's videos of them skiing down the Grand Couloir, surprisingly. So let us see how our lemmings are faring this winter. Do you like 150 days of winter?
Let's do this.
To geek the hell out. If you think that lemmings actually do jump off cliffs, that is a myth, which was brought about by, I believe, a Disney wildlife film, which had the director actually pushing lemmings off a cliff. And of course, since then, everyone thinks that lemmings go and jump off cliffs. But without further ado, let's go and have a look at our first video. So our first video here is by a gentleman named Angus Love, and it was posted at the end of January. And as you can see, he is putting in some very nice, safe turns. This looks like judging by where the sun is, looks like it is in later on in the day. So he's going to have a problem. He's just about to find out now that, of course, everything is in the shade. However, he does the path very well, as it is the case nowadays, that of course when you see an amazing scenery like this, we have to go and take a picture and post on our Instagram stories. Of course, if you would like to follow my Instagram account, the link is down below. Anyway, he goes into the first bowl, and let's see how he does. He's putting in some very nice turns here. Very nice, safe turns. The snow is sounding a bit rough, but he is coping very well, putting in some very nice turns. And of course, made a little bit harder by the fact that it's all in the shade. He has this entire piece to himself, so no one else to contend with. And I think, is he? Yeah, he's traversing over to the left to go down the left-hand chute. I believe he's the first one to have done this. However, just as a minor note, if you were ever planning on skiing down the Petit Couloir, which is the next couloir along, you would continue traversing to the left, walk up a bit, and go down. But that's for another video. Anyway, he is now going down the left-hand chute, which looks very mogul-free at the moment, and he is putting in some very, very good turns. Very nice, safe turns. And yeah, I'd say he is skiing the Grand Couloir incredibly well. Yeah, he's now got out of the hardest part, and it's just a matter of getting to that last bit, back to the piste. And to his credit, he hasn't stopped. He hasn't I say that, he's just, no, he's not. He's just literally traversing across and getting there. And so, yeah, that is his run. I am going to say that snow looked like it was about an 8. It was a bit crispy, but it was in very good condition. And of course, I'm going to give him an 8.5 for skiing down there, because he did a very good job. So our next video is a gentleman called Emiliano Silva, who in his video not only skis the Grand Couloir, but he also skis a range of the hardest pistes in all of Europe. Emiliano is just about to head down, and of course, yep, just as I thought, of course, Emiliano is a very good skier and is bombing down the first path, taking the right hand and doing a very nice little 360, which of course is good. He comes back onto the piste. He's got some, I'm going to say, a little bit of speed here, but he is in control. And unfortunately just catches an edge and his ski pre-releases, which is, but again, to his benefit, he doesn't even really fall over badly. Goes back down to the main chute, and again starts to ski this very well. Some very nice GS style turns, going past not one, not two, I think I can see 3 or 4 people in front of him. Of course, going by, saying hello to them on the way down, very polite. And of course, again, putting in some very good turns. Coming up to what looks like one person who has fallen over and is just about to, just about to spray them with snow. And that was it. I think I'm going to have to give this gentleman a top mark, so to speak. The snow on this looked in very good condition. I'm going to say like a 9, and I'm going to have to put him at the top of the leaderboard with Messrs. Bell and Hill. Congratulations, Emiliano. So our next video here is by Dylan, who is a self-professed intermediate skier. So let us see how he deals with the Grand Couloir. And of course he has decided to have and immediately he of course hits, goes into the side of the piste, almost falls over, doesn't, and decides to try and ski down the path a little bit too quickly, and takes a little bit of a fall, but gets back up. So again, not going to hold up against him, and again looks down the first couloir and thinks, wow, Candy Tuvex made that look simple. However, I'm going to go down the path instead. And over each bump, you can see his shadow gives away his form very well. And of course, again, goes down the right-hand side by mistake, and instead of carrying on, has to of course come back, traverse over this like rocky, rough piece of snow until he gets back into the first bowl. So good. He is. I mean, these bumps look the biggest that we've had so far, and of course he is doing a very good job about it. He even asks us to like it, which is good. And of course, slowly but surely, he threads his way through. And of course, you can see he's thinking whether to go left or right. Of course, he makes a little bit of a mistake. Almost goes into one of the warning poles. The warning poles are there to mark where rocks are. And so, of course, it's not usually where the pole is, slightly down from where the pole is, but you should never get that close to a warning pole regardless. And we're down to the final chute here. Of course, this is very daunting for anybody, especially a self-professed intermediate skier. However, here's the first problem that he has is when he tries to ski back uphill and immediately hits one of the sides of one of these, and so decides to have a little bit of a break. Oh no, sorry. He gets out his phone and he decides to again take a picture. It's a shame it's a bit cloudy today, but he still should be able to get some good views on his Instagram stories. Let's try and knock out the remainder of this piste. So yeah, he's putting in, so he's going around, but again he's doing the classic intermediate skier. Of course, he is ending up skiing back uphill and a bit off balance. But again, that's perfectly normal. But again, he is putting in some constant turns, which is plus. I hope that he doesn't stop like so many other people do. No, he is at least carrying on moving, and let us stick with him until he gets out of the shadow. Of course, he's now done the hardest part of the run. He's just got the remainder of these bumps to contend with. I'm going to say that, you know what, Dylan has skied this very well. I'm going to give him a good 7.5 for this. I'm going to say that the snow was like an 8 out of 10 because it looks, it's not perfect, but like I said, there is still snow there. So let's go and have a look at the next video. So our next video is by a gentleman called Max, and this was filmed on the 15th of March. And again, he is going down the path. There are two people directly in front of him. Luckily, one of them goes down to Maribel, and the other one, who is in front of him, decides to fall over, which of course, it's overtaking someone on the path is very tricky, and of course should be avoided at all costs, because of course the person in front of you can't see what you're about to do. And of course, however, he, like the other person, goes up on the right hand side, and instead of carrying on straight, comes back. He's now gone into the first bowl. He is putting in some very respectable turns. The gentleman in front of him, who is wearing the orange jacket, come on, just overtake him. That is one of the problems that people have when they come across other people in situations like this. It's very much of a, no, you go first. No, so you go first. No, yeah. And in the end, just somebody overtakes someone else, give them some space and carry on. And very wisely, he decides to head in. He traverses over to the left a little bit. Oh, excuse me. He traverses to the left a little bit, and of course, even then, when the snow looks good, you can see that in the troughs of some of the moguls, you can see that there is starting to get like, you can see, starting to see little rocks appearing and the like. It looks like the only trouble that he is having with this run is giving way to people who are in front of him, who are having even more of a problem than he has. However, come on, just overtake him. Go on, just overtake him. There we go. So he's overtaken him now. Hopefully he should be able to just ski the rest of it. And by the looks of it, the bumps that are there are looking, they're not very uniform, these bumps. They don't look very big, but he seems to be skiing them. He seems to be constantly moving, which is always a plus. And again, another person who's decided to become an obstacle in the middle of the couloir. But Max is gone past him, gone past the hardest part, and now just has to contend with the remainder of this run. I'm going to have to say that Max has, I'm going to give him an 8.5 as well. The snow looks in excellent condition, looks more like a 9. Let us leave Max now and go and look at, I believe, our last video. This next one is by Ridley, and I believe we have a pair of Americans who are about to head down the Grand Couloir. His friend there with his glacier glasses on. We're heading down the path. And again, the snow, this looks like it was filmed. This was filmed at the end of January, or this was posted, sorry, at the end of January. And again, the first skier, of course, does what everyone does, stops halfway down the path to look at the scenery. It is a beautiful day, but still, you shouldn't block the path. And again, like seemingly everybody here, instead of going to the left where this other person is standing, he has gone to the right and now has to move across this rocky and rough path. I don't know why people don't just carry on going to the right. Obviously they don't watch my videos, but anyway, he's now having to sidestep up where the two people in front of him are, yeah, they are stopping to take pictures. The youth of today. Ridley is probably a better skier than his friend in the sunglasses, so of course he is giving him words of encouragement. And there we go. Yeah, But now those other two have got in front of him. They should have no problem, and they should ski down. They seem to be taking this incredibly slowly. At the moment, with this in this bowl here, the bumps look, I'm not going to say they're non-existent, but they're looking very, very small. And of course, immediately saying that, of course, he thought it would be much harder. Of course, this is just like the first bowl. And they actually have some very good snow that they're skiing down, so they have got it on a very good day. However, skiing down the right hand side, again avoiding the poles for the side of the piste, and avoiding these people who are doing, and they are looking at the scenery instead of actually skiing down it. As they head down to the main chute, of course, they're waiting for these two people in front of them to go. He's just checking out other people doing it to see where to go. But I think they are also dithering a little bit. Again, the snow looks in excellent condition. Right, so when they finally start going, and luckily those two people, one of them has decided to sit it out, which is fine. And the bumps look very small compared to other videos, and he is putting in a few nice little turns, not really skiing it with any urgency, but again I believe he is waiting for his friend who is more intermediate than probably he is. And of course, yes, here we go, the one of the kids there in the orange trousers lost one of his skis. But there's nothing he can do about that because he's below him. And of course the other guy has skied off in front. And again, they've skied past the hardest part of this. The rest of it is, dare I say it, easy. And you can hear, of course, that he is, like anybody, is like heavy breathing quite a bit. He's decided to go and ski off down away from where any bumps are, down the side of the piste. And as he says, it wasn't that hard, I'm just out of shape. Well, I'm not going to be overly critical here, but yeah, if you'd actually skied it, I'm not going to say faster, but continuously, instead of what looked like half of it you side slipped down, the other half you just were putting in very, very, very gentle turns. Most people can go very slowly down a black run. It's only when you actually start to ski it do you realize how much harder it is. And I'm going to give him an 8. But the snow conditions there, I'm going to give it a 9. So, like I say, with snow that good, he could have skied that a lot better. And with that, those were our 5 lemmings. What did you think? Do you agree with my comments? If so, stick them down below. The links to all these videos as well are down in the description below this video. If you enjoy videos like this, click the old subscribe button, click the like button, and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao.